Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, the firebrand socialist congresswoman, recently held a webinar. Its title, Know Your Rights with ICE. The very name sends chills down the spines of patriotic Americans. This was not about educating immigrants on legal pathways. This was about obstruction. This was about resistance. AOC provided a platform for lawyers to advise immigrants on how to evade ICE enforcement. Ocasio-Cortez's office partnered with the Immigrant Defense Project. This group is known for its open borders agenda. They claim to be defending immigrants, but their actions speak louder than words. They are actively undermining our immigration laws. The webinar itself was a hotbed of anti-ICE rhetoric. Attendees were told how ICE gathers information. They were coached on how to act during raids. The message was clear: resist at all costs. Do not cooperate with law enforcement. Former ICE Director Tom Homan was outraged. He immediately called for a Department of Justice investigation. Homan believes the webinar crossed a line. He accuses AOC of obstructing justice. And he's right. This is a blatant attempt to interfere with the lawful enforcement of our immigration laws. The Department of Justice is now investigating. They are looking into whether AOC's webinar broke any laws. This is a serious matter. Interfering with ICE operations is a federal crime. AOC could face serious consequences. But is she worried? Not one bit. Ocasio-Cortez responded to the investigation with typical arrogance. She mocked Homan on social media. She called the investigation a witch hunt. She claims she is simply defending the Constitution. AOC argues that everyone has rights, even illegal immigrants. She says they have the right to remain silent. They have the right to refuse searches. But this is a dangerous misinterpretation of the law. Illegal immigrants do not have the same rights as citizens. They are subject to deportation. This is about more than just legal technicalities. This is about the rule of law. AOC is sending a message that it is okay to disobey the law. She is encouraging lawlessness, and that is a threat to our nation. AOC didn't stop at the webinar. She went a step further. Her website now features a whole section on immigrant rights. This is a treasure trove of information for anyone looking to evade ICE. There are flyers advising immigrants not to open their doors. There are lists of pro bono lawyers. There's even advice on how to plead the Fifth Amendment. This is not about helping immigrants integrate into our society. This is about helping them live outside the law. AOC is providing them with the tools they need to disappear into the shadows. She is enabling them to live in fear. And she is making our communities less safe in the process. Other radical members of Congress have joined her crusade. Ilhan Omar, Rashida Tlaib. These women have no respect for our laws. They are using their positions of power to undermine our sovereignty. These resources are a slap in the face to every law-abiding American. We follow the rules, we pay our taxes, and we expect our elected officials to uphold the law. But AOC and her allies have different priorities. They are more interested in protecting criminals than in protecting their constituents. AOC's actions have consequences. She is eroding trust in our government. She is fueling division and discord, and she is putting our nation at risk. When elected officials encourage lawlessness, it creates a climate of chaos. It sends a message that our laws are meaningless. This is not the America I grew up in. We used to be a nation of laws. We respected our borders. We believed in the rule of law, but those days are gone. The radical left is now in control, and they are determined to destroy everything we hold dear. AOC's ICE webinar is a symptom of a much larger problem. We are a nation in crisis. Our borders are open, our laws are being ignored, and our elected officials are betraying our trust. We must take a stand. We must reclaim our country, or we will lose it forever.